already know the drill. We back again with another episode of Buckle Up with the Boys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And strap on your seatbelts, cause it's all pedal to the metal from here. And without further ado, your amazing host, Drew Billy.
Welcome back to another episode of Buckle Up with the Boys, here with your host DB and host Trevor Dinsmore. Trevor, how are you doing tonight?
You smell that, Billy?
I do.
You smell that?
A little bit.
You smell what the con man's cooking?
Oh, boy.
You smell what Mike Tomlin, Justin Fields, Pat Fryermuth, and T.J. Watt are cooking?
Deal.
They're cooking a 2-0 record and a division lead. The AFC North has been flipped on its hinges from what we thought it would be. The Browns and the Steelers are on top. The Bengals and the Ravens, they're 0-2. Enjoy it while it fucking lasts.
Right. No, and we'll be touching on, how you doing, Dustin? Always he's our resident guest, always in the comments. We appreciate his efforts. But anyways,
Dustin will be picking on Michigan later, just so you know.
Yeah, no, if we can't have an episode that we don't give Michigan some shit.
Of course.
Sign stealing. But you know, we got a lot of news here. If you're new to our channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button, comment, like, what all that beautiful shit that everybody that does a podcast on here tells you to do. You can do it if you want. We're not gonna fucking come after you if you don't. But anyways, if you're new to us, we got a lot of segments here. Trevor has a new segment he's going to be at. I'm not going to take his thunder away, but it's going to be a damn good one. All the other ones as well that he's been doing over the last couple of weeks, news, and then debate time with me later. But a lot of crazy shit happened this week. I think this is one of the weirdest week twos we've had in a long time, Trevor.
Amen to that, brother.
And one that watched live, maybe others out there watched live. Young gentleman get another concussion, and that's Tua. Where are we at on that? How do you feel about it? I've seen it all over. He should sit out. He should not come back. He should retire. Wait till the end of the season. Where are you at on this?
I tell you, that was I was going to save that for all in-race check or fold, but let's talk about it now.
Okay.
What is it? This is fourth concussion in the last 3-4 seasons. Not to mention, he still hasn't figured out how to slide as he ran headfirst into Damar Hamlin's torso and thigh and leg. Cranked his neck. That looked ugly. That looked very, very ugly. Not only that, he was doing this thing on the ground again.
He did do the hands.
I saw the hands thing. I'm like, oh no.
Yep.
And lo and behold, today he got put on IR again.
Yeah.
And be sitting out at least another 4 games, probably more than that, due to a concussion. Skylar Thompson going to be filling in. I don't even know who the third stringer is, but I know Skylar Thompson's a far cry from what Tua can do with the football. Whether he should retire or not, go ask Troy Aikman if he should retire. You can't go ask Mike Webster, but go ask guys like Mike Webster, Antonio Brown, all these guys that have suffered with concussions year after year after year. And, some have developed CTE. Some of them haven't. We can only know that after they die and study their brains. So, but Lord knows if Tua has it. But for the sake of his health, for the sake of his family, and for the sake of, carrying on the Tagovailoa football tradition, I think he needs to retire.
My thought process, and after seeing that play, it's terrible that Damar Hamlin, I don't have to say it, everybody knows, went through that. But I have to say, in training camp, they have to teach these guys when they get sacked. I watched back his sacks that he got the concussions on. They have to teach them how to brace themselves when they come down, when they're getting. I know it's hard when they're getting sacked and tackled, Trevor, but how to caress themselves a little better, because he's always like falling back with it. The maybe lean forward or whatever,
Yeah.
it's always getting whipped the fuck back, and all of his weight goes back with it. The slide,
this one's on Tua. He didn't
Yeah.
slide.
Yeah.
He didn't slide. The other ones, a couple of the other ones, you could say, oh, he was body slammed. He was, roughing the passer type action. Yeah, not good. This one, totally 100% on Tua. You got to protect yourself.
Yeah. No.
You don't see the old pocket passers like Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger, hell, even Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. You don't see those guys running a whole lot, and that's for a reason. Because a lot of them, when they get in the open field, it's very tough for them to protect themselves. And the pocket, when they're trying to maneuver the pocket, it's a little bit easier. You can navigate things. You know how to be tackled and, hold on to the football and just kind of keep things going without any repercussions.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's just bad luck or bad mechanics to it, just can't figure that out.
Yeah. No, and the other thing too coming into this season, I don't want to stay on this too long, but just have to throw it out there. Why he is not wearing a guardian cap? Why didn't he start the season?
I don't know.
It's just a lot of unanswered questions.
I don't know. And maybe it's extra. I don't know. I don't know how much that thing weighs, but maybe it's extra weight on the quarterback. Maybe it screws with the comm system. I don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah, we got to look more.
But if it doesn't, and if it doesn't weigh a whole lot, why the hell are you not wearing it?
Right.
Could have saved yourself from yet another concussion and yet another stint on the IR, and potentially your team's playoff chances.
Yeah.
Like everyone's saying, this is the year, right? Everyone's saying this is the year for the Dolphins. They actually have a defense that's, somewhat intact. They look decent and still have explosive guys like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. And, of course, HN still being as explosive as he is, stepping up and doing replicating what Raheem Mostert did last year.
Yeah.
I mean, you think these guys are on a nice path to contend, and then all of a sudden your most important piece goes down because he can't protect himself. It goes back to what Tom Brady said, too. He's commented on this several times, and he might even done it on the Fox broadcast a couple times in the first week there. These guys need to figure out how to protect themselves. Yeah. It's not all on officials and NFL front office personnel, and, it's not all on the defenders to protect these guys. You got to protect yourself.
Right. And never going to speak in vain in him. Rest in peace to Franco Harris. But he got a lot of shit even back in the early 70s, mid 70s.
Yeah, for running out of bounds.
Why the fuck not? You know what I mean? Like,
lo and behold, he played 12, 13 seasons, Pro Bowl, all pro football. Yeah.
I would too. You know what I mean?
100%. Don't get me wrong. You could still bang when he needed to. He's a pretty big guy. He's like 6'3", 6'4", 215, 220. Yeah, he could bang if he needed to.
Right.
But play smart.
Yeah.
Play smart.
No. And we talked about Puka last week, but I'll skip over that. Cooper Kupp gets injured again, Trevor. Sustains an ankle injury during the second quarter of a 41-10 blowout to the Cardinals. Any concern with his health? He's been injured how many fucking times over the last?
No, I know. Yeah,
4 or 5 years.
Pretty much ever since the Triple Crown in 21, he's been largely hurt.
Yeah,
and yet again, I mean, this might be a similar fall off to Michael Thomas, for Christ's sake. All-time catch leader, if you can believe that. Where has he been the last 5 years now? He didn't do anything. I don't even know if he's on a roster right now. But obviously this is for somewhat similar reasons, injuries, and another guy has emerged to take over the reins in Puka Nacua. Yeah. Chris Olave was the guy in New Orleans to kind of take over the reins there. So I believe he's week to week officially, and I know Puka is going to be out anywhere from 5 to 7. He's on IR as well. So Rams not looking too promising right now. 0-2, and you got your toughest games ahead of you pretty soon. So yeah, not good. Not good.
No, it's a disaster. They literally lost their best weapons back-to-back weeks.
Right.
That's
Yep.
fucking mind-boggling.
And yeah, I know. Don't get me wrong. Their running backs can do pretty well. Kyron Williams, Blake Corum, they can do just fine for themselves.
Right.
But you're literally going to have to turn it into what Jim Harbaugh has turned the Chargers into. You're going to have to be a run-first offense, which is not what Matt Stafford is used to playing.
No.
And to make that switch mid-season, it's very tough.
Yeah.
Very tough. You're going to have to be run first, tight end oriented, much like the Steelers do. You know, to a very large extent, we are run first. Utilize the tight ends, utilize the guys in the slot, and take shots when you can. That's what the Rams are going to have to do. They're going to have to play it safe. And if there's anyone that can coach them out of that, it is Sean McVay. He's probably the biggest genius in the game today. His brain never shuts off. So if there's any way that can be finagled by a coach, it's with Sean McVay.
We're going to see quicker passes coming out of the pocket, Trevor.
Oh, yeah.
Because of these. Okay. That's
100%, 100%. Use the slot guys, use the tight ends, little short dink-dunk Todd Haley type bullshit.
What's going on here? Oh, Dad. Why aren't the Steelers making a deal for him right now?
That's a good question.
I don't. I'm not even on my radar.
That's actually a decent question. We could use the depth.
Okay.
We could use the depth. I mean, beyond Calvin, what do we really have? I think we have Roman Wilson coming back, though, Jeff. I think we have Roman Wilson coming back.
He is coming back, I think.
So I think the plan is for him to kind of be like a second Calvin. Okay. I don't know whether he's going to do punt, kick return, special teams, anything like that, but I know he's big time slot guy. That's what he was at Michigan.
Okay.
So honestly, hell, Roman Wilson for John Mechie. Who says no, right?
We could see it.
Yeah, we might have to lump in a draft pick in there, which would kind of make me advise against that. But
right.
Yeah.
Good question. Anyways, here.
Do like the question.
Yes. I was pissed off at the TV, Trevor. Actually, at my phone, I was watching the Steelers game. Did not catch this game. The Cowboys lose to the goddamn Saints. 44-19. My prediction, it was a win, but also a loss because I have the fucking Saints only win 4 games, and the Cowboys lost. So it's a lose-lose here, Trevor. What do we think here? Where are the Cowboys at for the season? Where are the Saints at?
The Cowboy, No. This is a question of the Saints. This is a question of the Saints and how much people were talking shit, us included, and how much people weren't talking about them making any noise in that NFC South. We thought it was going to be the Falcons division, right?
Yeah.
We thought it was going to be the Falcons division. Lo and behold, what the Bucks are 2-0, right? Yeah, Bucks are 2-0, and excuse me, Saints are 2-0 with 2 huge victories.
Yeah.
Defense is on fire. We expected that. What we did not expect was the first 15 drives of Derek Carr's season to result in a touchdown or a field goal. The Saints did not punt until the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
Of this past game. They did not punt yet for those first 2 games until that last quarter. That's ridiculous. And what's weird is supposedly their biggest weapon, maybe other than Alvin Kamara, Chris Olave, not doing a whole lot. Doesn't need to, apparently.
No.
I mean, Christ, you got Foster Moreau making Dwight Clark like receptions in the end zone, and Alvin Kamara just scoring 4 or 5 touchdowns in any given week, getting 44 fantasy points for you.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous how good that offense is operating under that Kubiak system. I mean, a hire that no one fucking talked about.
Correct.
John Kubiak. I think his name's John. Is it John Kubiak? I think it's John Kubiak. I know it's a Kubiak because I know there's Gary.
Yeah, we love Gary. We do love Gary.
We do love Gary. I'll tell you what. I'm just going to Google Saints OC and see who the hell it is.
But
Clint Kubiak. Clint Kubiak. Sorry.
Clint. Okay.
Yeah, they hired him in February. He was on the 49ers staff before that. So under pretty good damn tutelage right there.
Shanahan tree gets further out.
Branches into New Orleans and branches into credit to, I didn't think I'd say this, but credit to Dennis Allen for just letting him go nuts. Like just taking the offense full stride. Here, go nuts. Have fun. Have fun, Clint. And they're having a shit ton of fun right now.
This game saved his season. He's not going to get fired now.
I don't think so.
No, we were.
Dayball is going to be first. I think Dayball is going to be first now.
Yeah, but Alvin Kamara had 290 fucking yards from scrimmage, 5 touchdowns through 2 games for the Saints. And there was question of him being an aging running back, and Dennis Allen explained that he did not ever feel he had an aging running back in the backfield. So, and also Derek Carr doing the Michael Jackson in the end zone really put the fucking cherry on top for me.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Yeah,
that was wonderful. There's nothing better than when a white guy does a dance that, the likes of Michael Jackson, an African American, popularized. There's nothing better than that. When he tries to pull that off, it was like Mike Gesicki trying the gritty. It was fantastic, horrible, but fantastic at the same time. It's like a Hallmark movie.
I do have to say what I like about him. You don't see quarterbacks dancing like that. Patrick Mahomes gets into it. Derek Carr has a little flavor to him, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay.
Yeah, Lamar sometimes.
Yeah. But swinging over here to the Chicago Bears, they're very pissed off at us, Trevor. Every fan told me to go fuck myself last night because we have Justin Fields and they have Caleb Williams. So where does this leave? How bad is this first couple games for him? Is it his fault? Is it the offensive line's fault? Who's the point of finger at here? Is it the fingernails painted? What is it?
It's a little bit of both.
Because it comes from USC.
Yeah. It's a little bit of both. And I will say this: chief among anything that I saw was him trying to play USC ball. Getting himself into situations where improvisational stuff at USC worked last year, right? Even on those couple interceptions, he was trying to do some improv. And in the Pac-12, that shit probably goes for a touchdown in the 70-yard range, right? Not in the NFL, especially with a strengthened defense like the Texans. And I will say, much credit to them. C.J. Stroud didn't necessarily win that game for the Texans. The defense did.
Yeah.
Which just goes to show you, if the Texans can win by running up the score on you or with defense, look out. That's the sign of a team that knows who they are, knows what they're about, and knows what they're capable of on all 3 dimensions: special teams, defense, and offense. Texans are dangerous, man. Texans are dangerous. And I think that's more of an indication of them being dangerous than the Bears. Bears are still trying to figure their shit out.
Yeah.
They're still trying to figure it. It's only been 2 games. Caleb Williams has only had 2 games of NFL action because, remember, he didn't play in the preseason.
He did not.
He did not.
Was very interesting.
Very interesting as well, because they were trying to iron out that contract for most of the, if not all, the preseason. Which apparently that was a front office and agent thing, not a him thing. I don't know. But either way, not a good start. Not a good start for Mr. Williams so far. Only 174 yards, no touchdowns thrown yet, and only 267 yards, which he only had about, 18, 20 more yards than he did previous.
Yeah.
With guys like DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Cole Kmet, DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. You had to do better than that, dude. You had to do better than that. I understand the offensive line. They allowed a good bit of pressures. Had some penalties that cost them some drives. Steelers know all about that.
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
Oh.
But he's the guy. He's going to have to step up.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to have to step up. He got away with some poor play in week 1. Did not happen in week 2. That's what normally happens when you throw for 174 yards and 2 picks.
Yeah. No, and the funny thing was Chris Collinsworth had right before halftime. He's like, "Oh, he's at 93 yards. He's eclipsed what he had last week." And I'm like, "Okay, well, let's just see what the fuck happens here, Chris." And then we get in the second half. It's like, holy shit, this guy is literally running for his life. Like, he's not.
Oh,
he's
that is right. I was maybe thinking of total yards that he had. Yeah, when I said 20 more yards than last week, he actually he more than doubled the passing output. Yeah, you're right.
I
mean,
think
he only had like 84, 86 passing yards last week. Not good.
It's bad either way, Trevor.
No, it's very bad. If I'm a Chicago fan, I'm still worried. I'm still pretty worried. That defense can get you through some games, and hell, the defense and special teams unit single-handedly won you week 1.
Yep.
There'll be a couple games where you can get away with that, but when you play a team the caliber of the Texans, you're going to have to show that you can compete a little bit better than that. And yes, your defense held up again, only allowed 19 points.
Yeah.
But the offense, when you can't outscore that, when you can't score 20 points on a regular basis, not good. And combined, I think, what did they score? Like 2 or 3 field goals in the first week.
Yep.
So they might be just over 20 points total on offense. These first couple weeks, that's not going to cut it.
No.
Unless you're the Steelers, apparently.
Correct. Yeah. But no, and we'll get to them later. I know everybody's wanting to hear what we have to say. Guess we're going to be talking about the Steelers. Jamar Chase, though, Trevor, he is sputtering out of fucking control right now. He's frustrated with 2024 season. He was upset about allegedly a hip drop tackle on the play that he believed that it happened to him, and let the referee Alex Kemp know how he felt with some abusive language. Now, I don't know what the hell that means. Did he tell him to go fuck himself? We didn't get the substance there.
Probably what it means.
How concerned are you for him?
For Jamar Chase?
Yeah.
That was a hip drop tackle. According to the letter of the law, it was. And if you're going to come out and make a big deal about it in the offseason, just because this primarily happened to one guy and it cost him his season, that could have cost Jamar Chase his season. Yeah. And you didn't call it. Like, if you're going to make a rule and you're going to teach these officials, you're going to put it in your offseason plan to say, hey, you're going to enforce this. You're going to look out for this, right? And you miss a, I wouldn't say blatantly obvious, but it very well could have been called. Very well, probably should have been called. In my opinion, it should have been called. Yeah. And you missed that. I don't blame Jamar Chase. It's an emotional game. Emotions are running high, and you feel like you were wronged by it. Okay. I mean, and granted, they were playing the Chiefs, so they weren't going to get the calls anyway.
That is also a factor in here, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that last pass interference was kind of borderline, but
yeah,
if you go frame by frame, which I guess they did, and then it showed, yes, but if it's borderline, it's going the Chiefs' way. And the Chiefs, for the second week in a row, got bailed out by the officials.
Yeah. No, and it was, transitioning over to that game after the Steeler game. It was like, holy shit. Oh, God. All right. The Bengals might have a chance here to beat the Chiefs. And then, Butker's kick in, and, it didn't happen. But regardless here, Trevor Lawrence didn't mince any words following the Jacksonville Jaguars 18-13 home loss to the Browns, which really pissed me off, Trevor. He blatantly just said, we suck right now. Oh, yeah. What do the Jakes need to do to improve here?
Well, they could have started by not naming the stadium after your mediocre quarterback.
There he is.
You could have started with that. Maybe not make it entirely about him and put a complete microscope under him. For the Browns defense to just obliterate, by the way. They basically what they did. They did phenomenally well, and I think he got a few sacks against him too. I'm trying to look up the box scores. We're talking here, but now the Jags, man, how many points did they score last week? I don't think it was a lot.
I believe what they lost to the
20-17. It was 20-17, and in this game, 18-13 loss. Let me see here. I know they didn't have a whole lot of passing yards. Yeah, 196 passing yards, 127 rushing, averaging about 5.8 a pass. 14 of 30, Lawrence was. 14 of 30 for 220. And ETN had the only touchdown as a rushing touchdown.
Yeah.
And I understand Browns defense. Yeah, they're going to be tough as hell.
Mm-hmm.
But again, another overhyped team.
Yes.
Another team that was supposed to come out like a house of fire and, potentially win the AFC South, compete with the Houston Texans. It's clear whose division that is already 2 weeks in. And it ain't the Jaguars. Yeah.
And I got to say this too. The Browns punter, I believe his name, we got your 66-yard bomb by Brian Thompson Jr. If anybody's not seen the clip of this, that punt, Trevor, won them the game. That was fucking insane. How he angled that, he hit it in the punter's or the coffin corner there, and it fucking just went right to the right, out of bounds to get a safety. It fucks the whole game up. But yeah, I mean, punters are weapons.
Beautiful. Oh, 100% they are, dude. I mean, just look at the guy the Bears drafted out of Iowa.
Oh,
very good. Very good. That's the only reason the Texans were held to 19 was because of field position.
Yeah. No.
I mean, Tirico on the broadcast, and I'll never, I won't forget this I'll probably forget it at some point. But I won't forget it in the meantime. He said that punter was Iowa's best offensive weapon last year. And now, I mean, hell, yeah, it's he's that good. He's that good. And hell, he might be the best offensive weapon on his NFL team this year.
With the play, yes, Deshaun Watson is very good. But Captain Insano, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? But anyways, moving on to the Steelers here.
If I may. If I may. The Bednar can.
Yes.
I must. Oh, and it just splattered on my screen. That's great. I wish you could have seen that. But I didn't even shake it. But to 2-0 to a division lead.
Oh, yeah.
If you have your there we go.
Just water on that.
And to Justin Fields he did pretty well. He did well. I mean, held back by penalties, but
Yeah. And just diving in here, I do want to say one thing. I don't know why we gave Russell Wilson the petty game ball. That drove me fucking nuts. First off.
Starting on the negative note. Okay, go ahead.
Negative note. Second note, I don't know if you have it in any segments, Trevor, and I don't want to fuck it up, but Broderick Jones, something needs to be worked out with him. Because Tomlin, he's asked at the end of the game, why was he pulled? The reporter has to know. I think some of these reporters just.
Oh, I was screaming at my television, get him the fuck out of the game.
Right. At
the top of my lungs. I'm pretty sure my neighbor thought I was crazy, dude.
It took him to the third holding call. They pull him out for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're going to have to get that addressed because drive killer, that fucking pass.
That's the definition of a drive. That was a beautiful bomb, and that would have been a top 10 play had it counted.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. No. Like airtight coverage on Pickens, and he just drops it on a dime right here. Boom.
It's great.
And we're down to the 5. Yeah.
And to the naysayers, Justin doesn't hold on to the ball as much as you guys have said. At times this week, Trevor, more than last week, he kind of maybe held the ball a little too long. He got paid for it, but it's all right. He's not fucking throwing interceptions. That is the biggest piece. He's not turning the ball over.
No.
We have the ball. We might have to punt, but he's not putting us in.
With the way our punters have been doing, even when we lost Johnston, that replacement guy, I forgive me, I forget his name.
Was just signed,
Yeah, that we literally just picked up off the street. Well, I guess we didn't. He was on our practice squad technically, but yeah. Let me see here. Corliss Waitman, averaged 53 yards a punt.
I mean,
pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Pinned 2 of them inside the 20. Had a few touchbacks here and there, but with our defense, a touchback might as well be at the 10-yard line, right?
Correct.
So,
yeah. But that, no, I believe
that's definition of an ugly Steelers win right there. We shit ton of penalties, 10 plus penalties for the second game in a row. Very un-Tomlin like. And yes, a lot of that is on the undisciplined, youthful, green offensive line that really right now doesn't have a clear leader.
No.
Got to get that figured out sooner rather than later, because if you commit those types of penalties, those types of back-breaking penalties against teams like Cleveland, against teams like Baltimore and Cincinnati and the Chiefs and the Eagles, it will cost you games. Not just drives. It will cost you games. It did not cost us games this time, though. A lot to fix, but in typical Tomlin fashion, win ugly. Jake Mercer put it in a group chat right after the game. He said, I'd rather win like that than score 30 and lose.
Correct. Right.
Because now we got 2 wins. No one else in the division's got 2 wins. Yeah. We're starting out like we should. Ugly W's, but W's.
Yeah.
Because they might be few and far between in the latter half of the season. So get
them
now.
You have to win them now. Yeah. And no, it was a good weekend. Trevor, anything else on the Steelers? I felt like I overshadowed there.
No trouble at all. A couple winnable games coming up against the Chargers and Colts, although with the Chargers, they play a similar style of football to us right now, Jim Harbaugh style. They like to win ugly too. So that could be that. Yeah. Oh yeah. That could be ram on ram. Boom. Yeah. Just nice little clash of the Titans there. A lot of rushing yards probably. And a lot of good defense as well. So that might be another, game where we're in the teens and we just have to battle. But literally we make 1 or 2 plays, we clean up the penalties. I don't see how we don't win both of these next 2 games. And then, we'll see where the Cowboys are then. We'll see where the Cowboys are at by that point because they got to come to Pittsburgh on a Sunday night.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That well, no matter what, that Cowboys game is going to be interesting. But
yeah, no, I'll go back and show all the old highlights, and I'll fucking my hands will get clammy because I'm fucking excited. And
I'll probably my face will probably get red at the Neil O'Donnell. Yeah. It'll definitely happen. But that's okay. That's why I'm a fan.
Yeah. But no, that's all I had for my news. We're going to go over to Trevor's. I'll be back later with debate time. And take it away, Trevor.
Yeah, sounds good, buddy. We are going to actually jump right into my news segment, get the fans excited here. And yes, so one of my favorite TikTok, Instagram trends is just watching a train wreck, a concoction of shit happening before my very eyes. And then that little overlay plays, and I think you know the one. On a scale of 1 to 10, my friend, you're fucked. Right? Yeah. Very good. Very good. So I decided, why not? We have our fair share of negative opinions on here, but I think this will be high energy negative. So, people get into it. So on a scale of 1 to 10, are they fucked? I'm going to bring up a topic. I'm going to bring up a team, a player, a situation. And to put it in context, are they fucked? You can say that in any sense, really. Like, are they screwed? Did they screw themselves? Are they fucked in the head? What's going on here?
I love it.
So you can throw that in any context you want. And yes, I got a WWE one in here too, because Dustin might pop a cherry over there, once he hears about this one. But we're gonna get right into it here, and we're gonna rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then we will say they're that fucked.
Okay.
That's how fucked that they're gonna be. Okay. Hopefully, this doesn't get us canceled.
Yeah, that's all right.
Especially this first one. On a scale of 1 to 10, are they fucked? Deshaun Watson's NFL career.
Ooh. Let's go 7 there.
I'll say around the same. Actually, I had it at an 8.
Okay.
I had it at an 8. He seems washed, and he's got that extra allegation out against him. That's going to be even more of a distraction.
Yep.
And the Browns not performing too well
No.
with him in there. Again, relying on their defense to win, winning like the Steelers do. But he's not the $230 million man they expect him to be.
One of the dumbest fucking contracts I've ever seen.
And it couldn't happen to a dumber team.
Yeah.
I mean, they said see you bye to Baker, and look at what Baker's doing. He's leading the league in fantasy points right now with the Tampa Bay Bucks, and he won a division title with his new team.
Yeah. The amount of first-round draft picks they have completely just fucking missed. And now this signing, Trevor, it's just a cluster. It's terrible.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
But their defense will keep them in games. So
on
a scale of 1 to 10, they're fucked at a 7.5. Or Deshaun Watson is fucked at a 7.5. The Rams' playoff chances.
Oh, they're 5.
5?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, you have more faith in them than I do. I had that at a 7.
Okay.
Yeah, they're projected to be last in that division now, especially with the Cardinals doing so well. That offense is kind of on fire right now. Harrison, hell of a second game, 4 for 130 and 2 tuds.
Yeah.
And, the Niners are the Niners, and Seattle's just going to be middling like they always are. But the Rams lost your 2 biggest weapons.
Mm-hmm.
It's daunting.
It is. It's a scary time to be a goddamn Rams fan.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll say it from the mountaintops until I die. Y'all went all in, and it paid off.
It did pay off.
And now you're just relying on McVay, Stafford, Kupp, Nakua, Kyron Williams, and all these other guys on the defense. Sands, one of the greatest defensive players, if not the greatest defensive player of all time, and Aaron Donald.
Yeah. Just
trying to make it work. And this year, it ain't going to work. I got it at a 7.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Quinn Ewers as the Texas starting quarterback. You saw Arch got in there, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. And I enjoy him. Mm-hmm. He has more athletic ability than Eli and Peyton ever had.
Combined. Yes.
Combined. Archie, I guess Grandpa, right? That's his grandpa, right? I mean, he could scramble if you look at his highlights I did today.
He had to. He had to run for his life.
Him the starter, though, Trevor, I'm going to have to go after seeing that. I'll go
I'm
6.
asking how fucked is Quinn Ewers? That's what.
He's a fucking 10. He's fucked. He's fucked.
Yeah. 100%. I still had it at a 9, just because he is week to week, and Sark is not really one to change up his scheme, nor really one to change up personnel if he doesn't need to. But you can't deny Arch. He did very well, threw for 223 and 4 touchdowns. Had a 67-yard rushing score against UTSA. I mean, I know he's not facing the greatest of competition here. Their best games are still ahead of them.
Mm-hmm.
But if he keeps this shit up,
no.
Yeah, I'll say a 9.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'll say a 9. And Ewers, again, week to week, or excuse me, not week to week, day to day with that oblique injury. So literally, this could all be for naught, and Ewers might start the next game. We'll see. Yeah. Which I forget who does Texas play this week. Let me see. UL Monroe. Yeah, you can probably throw Arch in there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Don't forget, they got Georgia and Oklahoma down the line, though. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Dustin, get ready to pop a cherry. On a scale of 1 to 10, are they fucked? CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Hell in a Cell. This is more of a fucked in the head question.
Yeah, I mean, we could see some shit go off script. So I'd go in 8.
8.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of high scores so far. It is the world of kayfabe, but we've seen both of these guys bleed in this rivalry. We've seen both of these guys, we've seen CM Punk hospitalized multiple times.
Correct.
We've seen two great matches, really. And that's kind of what's special about it, too, is they've only really wrestled twice. 6, 8, 20, 6 times 8, 48.
But 20.
No, I'll say an 8. I'll say.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun one. And I think I heard a rumor that might be the main event.
Oh,
a non-title main event. That'd be cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to do it, you got to do it right then and there.
Yeah.
But that is all I had for this week's edition of On a Scale of 1 to 10, Are They Fucked? The inaugural edition of On a Scale of 1 to 10, Are They Fucked?
We're gonna have a beautiful cutscene for next week for this beautiful segment.
Yes,
I love it.
Oh yeah. No, I did spring this on Billy last minute. So once again, nothing new with my new segments. I spring it on him last minute. I say, hey, I have this idea. Do you like it? He says yes. We run with it, and we have a hell of a good time introducing this shit. So I'm glad y'all liked it, and it seems like the chat liked it as well. So. We're gonna keep this one. We're gonna keep this one probably for a long time.
It was very good.
And
then we're moving
back to our regularly scheduled programming for What's More Likely, good sir, if you will.
Oh, shit, that's good. Too loud there.
Excellent. Welcome back to this week's edition of What's More Likely, one of your favorite segments, Billy. I know it's one of mine, adopted from the Rich Eisen show, which I tend to rip off a decent bit, but that's because I love Mr. Eisen and the crew there. So, other than him being a Jets and a Michigan fan, but that is what it is. But anyway, I mentioned the Arizona Cardinals earlier. Marvin Harrison doing his thing. Kyler Murray looking like the Kyler Murray of old. Of course, it is, before November, so that makes sense. New COD game coming out in late October, I believe. So, we'll see where he falls in October. But for now, they're looking good. They might be on the road to the playoffs, huh?
Yes.
So, what's more likely? That the Cardinals win a playoff game, or Drake, the rapper Drake, notorious better, wins his next major bet. And bear in mind, he has a record of like 13 and 150 or something on DraftKings or whatever app he uses.
Either way, with the way the Cardinals are playing, I got to go with them right now. At this stage.
I agree. Yeah. Let's up the stakes. They win 2 playoff games. Or Drake wins his next bet.
Drake.
Oh, that's where you go, Drake?
Yeah, I'm not too... When I saw them hang with the Bills, Trevor, I'm like, okay, holy shit. I thought they sucked.
Good.
I thought they were going to suck. And then Marvin Harrison gets bursted on the scene. Yeah.
Kyler Murray does his thing, scrambling around. There was one play, and it was one of his touchdown throws, where he held on the ball for like 8.8 seconds or some bullshit.
Yep.
I mean, people talking about Ben held on to the ball too long, or Justin Fields holds on to the ball too long.
Yep.
They're not holding on to the ball for 8.5 fucking seconds. No. So I don't want to hear that, okay? Oh, yeah. I got to start right out with a good one, buddy.
Yeah.
More likely NFC East team to bounce back from their back-breaking loss. The Dallas Cowboys, who are 1-point underdogs at home to the Baltimore Ravens, or the Philadelphia Eagles, who are 2.5-point road dogs against the team that just beat the Cowboys, Nolans.
I'm going to go Eagles there.
Eagles beat the Saints.
Yeah.
Eagles beat the Saints. Ugh.
Yep.
I'll take Cowboys beating the Ravens.
Okay.
I'll take Cowboys beating the Ravens.
Hey.
Although what does concern me with that is the style of play. Ravens aren't passing first, but to me, Dallas, they're not going to lay an egg 2 games in a row at home, right? right? I mean, you think they'd get out to a nice little lead, protect it, and just rush the passer the whole time, force Lamar out of his element a little bit. I think that's what's going to happen. I don't see Dallas losing 2 big home games in a row.
Sirianni's on the hot seat, folks.
He might be.
So
that's where Saquon's got to hold that ball in, though. Saquon's got to, he's got to catch it. If he catches that, game's over. He catches that game.
Yeah. And that's such a Saquon play. That's why it kind of shocked the shit out of me. He dropped it.
Oh, I know. I thought I was going to save a bet of mine where I had Bijan getting a certain amount of receiving yards.
Mm-hmm.
Lo and behold, didn't really work out.
Yeah,
because I also had the Eagles covering, and they were up by 6.
Yeah,
it was a 5.5 point spread.
Yeah, bullshit. But no, a good one. That was a good one.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like these futures fusion bets. I brought up one of these last week that FanDuel does. Figured I'd bring up another one of these interesting ones, and this one's a bit of a roller coaster word salad. So follow me while we go on this train together.
Yeah.
More likely futures fusion bet to come to fruition. And yes, I have to look right at the script for it.
Yep.
Detroit wins the NFC Championship and the Bengals win the AFC North. Or the Texans, they get the 1 seed in the AFC, and the Packers win 10+ regular season games. The former is at plus 1,700 on FanDuel. The latter plus 1,300.
Oh my God!
Priced pretty reasonably, if you ask me.
Timetable for Love again? He's out?
No, 6 from his injury, so another 2 to 5.
2 to 5 weeks. Okay. I'd go with the
officially on IR, but
I'll go with the latter there. That sounds attractive.
The Packers winning 10+ and the Texans getting the 1 seed.
Yeah,
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, that sounds very sexy.
Yeah, with the Texans showing how well-rounded of a team they are this past Monday. Yeah. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Or excuse me, this past Sunday night.
And Love's coming back at the time where it's fucking crucial. So I'm not
exactly. I don't have too many concerns about their receiving core. I mean, we saw last year they're talented as hell. It's just a matter of who's throwing the ball to them, and as long as it's Jordan Love for the long term and not Malik Willis, they'll be just fine.
He didn't look bad though, Trevor.
No, he didn't. He had a Justin Fields like performance. Threw his first touchdown.
Yeah,
it was almost a pick 6, but he threw for his first touchdown.
How fucking sad is that?
No, I know. I saw the play. I didn't see it live, but I saw the highlight. Yeah. If you're a Wix owner though, that worked out.
Yeah.
That worked out.
Jesus.
Transitioning into college football, but still sticking with the betting theme of things. More likely to be the higher point total in a top 25 matchup this week. Tennessee, Oklahoma. It's at 57.5 on ESPN Bet. Is the over-under. Utah, or Utah, Oklahoma State. That one's at 54.5. And just to give you some background, Oklahoma State, they've put up 39 points, at least, in each of their 3 games. Utah has given up no more than 21. So Oklahoma State, 39+ in each game. Utah hasn't given up more than 21. Tennessee, although they've been playing the likes of Chattanooga and Kent State, they have yet to put up less than 51 points. And to put into perspective how astronomical their win was last week, 71-0 over Kent State, by the way, or as a good friend of ours likes to call it, Kent State.
Yeah.
Can't read, can't write, can't state. They put up 71 points on them on 740 yards of offense. 456 of those were rushing yards. So they put they were trying to leave the pedal off the gas a little bit, and they still were going, 99 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Oklahoma, they've kind of been boom bust in their scoring, kind of going back and forth between 25+ and 21 or less. But they've had a little bit stiffer of competition there. They haven't played borderline FCS teams. So
I'm going to go Tennessee there, Trevor.
Like
First
Tennessee?
one. Yep.
Yeah, I that 71-point outing probably put you over the top a little bit, huh?
I saw it, and I don't think that was one of our teams, one of the games we could pick last week. But if you double down on them, happy for you.
No, I don't. Yeah, well, against Kent State, yeah, of course.
No,
You double down on
I don't think. Yeah, no, that wasn't one of the games.
No, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing. Although Ollie Gordon and that Oklahoma State offense, they have a tendency to just rip off a shit ton of points.
Yep.
Utah really doesn't have that same propensity. They tend to play more grinded out type of a game, even with, a former Heisman favorite Cam Rising. No, to me, Tennessee, Oklahoma, definitely the one to pick there for the higher point total.
It's going to be a good game to watch.
Yeah, I don't have a concern about Oklahoma State scoring points. I have a concern about Utah scoring points.
Correct.
Whereas with Tennessee, Oklahoma, I really don't have a concern about either of them.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Sticking with the college, more likely current stats leader to maintain that crown at the end of the season. Jackson Dart, who has 1,172 passing yards right now through 3 games, or Caleb Johnson, a running back out of Iowa, has 479 rushing yards. Both of those gentlemen lead their respective categories in those statistics. More likely to maintain that until the end of the season.
I just think it's hard with a running back.
Agreed, but Iowa is Iowa, remember?
Right.
And Ole Miss is going to face some tough defenses down the road.
Yeah. I'll go with the latter. You sold me there.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
I want to see. Let me check out who Ole Miss plays down the stretch. And I think we covered it before, but let me find them here. Where are they at? Do they play this week? I think they play this week.
They might.
Maybe.
I haven't got the.
Nah, yeah, I'm just going to go to the rankings and I'll just click on them here. Ole Miss, where are you? Ole Miss. Are they even ranked? Are they not ranked? They better be ranked. Oh, no, they're 5th. Okay. I'm just blind as a bat. I'm just blind as a bat is all. LSU, Oklahoma, and they play Georgia down the stretch. Other than that, lower level SEC teams in Florida, Mississippi State. They played Georgia Southern this week. Ole Miss does. Iowa, they face a lot of Big Ten opponents that have a propensity to be very good at run defense. So I'll stick with Jackson Dart.
Okay.
Okay. Do you say Jackson Dart as well? I forgot your answer. Totally.
Yeah, latter. The running back.
Oh, you said the running back from Iowa?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're not simpatico this week. That's
a
good thing though. It's good to disagree sometimes. And Dustin, get ready to get mad. More likely to have a better week. The Michigan fan base as they take on USC as 6-point home underdogs, or Tom Brady as a commentator.
Wait,
who's going to have a better week?
Oh, I'm going Brady.
Just emotionally, who's going to have a better week?
I'm going to go Brady.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah. It's not yet announced what game he's doing yet. I don't think it's going to be the game of the week, especially after the week 1 performance.
Yeah.
Thank you, Captain Insano. Very good. Very good. Very good. We'll get Dustin fired up for PlayStation tonight.
Yeah.
And he's gonna lead right in with that, and I did that on purpose. So, Michigan fans, y'all suck. Michigan still sucks. At least yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, Connor Stalions, high school coach, I forget exactly where he's coaching.
Michigan.
He's getting. Is he?
He's in Detroit.
He's coaching a high school team in Detroit.
Yeah.
And they're getting blown out like 56-0, 62-7.
You saw that article? No shit. Okay.
Oh yeah, I saw it. I forget the nitty-gritty details of it because my brain doesn't work like it always should. But I know, conceptually, Connor Stalions as a high school head coach, this isn't going to do it.
No.
That's
No.
just not going to fly.
You suck.
Yeah, no, I saw it. I think I think it was posted in a group chat somewhere, and I read it. Yeah, I would say poor guy, but fuck him.
Yeah.
This is where I get into the wrestling one. More likely next target of the Wyatt Six. They cut a nice little promo on Raw last night. Said some words on the TV screen.
Yep.
More likely next target for them, Finn Balor or Randy Orton. Because remember, Randy Orton betrayed Bray back in the day, but Finn Balor is also kind of the one leading the faction right now.
I gotta go.
To me, they're kind of going after the factions. They went after American Made. Now they might just start picking off these factions.
I hope they go after Finn Balor, not Randy. I love Randy too much.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. And who doesn't want to see Dirty Dom take a Sister Abigail? That'd be great.
It would be something.
Or what's her name? Nikki Cross, Sister Abigail could do a little German suplex on Dom. I think that'd be great. Yeah. I think that'd be entertaining as hell.
What the fuck? Dustin goes Randy.
Yeah. Dustin goes Randy. That's those are the two names that I heard thrown out there on the social media posts.
Breaking my heart.
I hope they go after Dominic Mysterio. I do too, as does the collective fan base. Although I will give it to Dom. He is the first guy that I've seen turn heel while being a heel. So good on him.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're simpatico there at least. Yeah, picking off the Raw factions too.
Yeah.
Makes sense. They're kind of sticking with the Raw guys right now. I don't think they'd run over to SmackDown. To me, Randy might go into a bit of a program with Cody because Roman and Cody, they're teaming up now, but the bloodline long tortured Randy took Randy out, and they've been feuding with KO for years. So former leader of the bloodline, it could cause some tension there. That could be an interesting dynamic.
It's going to get interesting.
Oh yeah. Definitely going to tune in each Monday and Friday for that. And I got to start. Well, I can't really tune in for Tuesdays because I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I gotta record it, watch it during work or something on Wednesday. Keep myself entertained.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get any work done, but that's it's okay.
It's a beauty. Yeah.
That's a beauty, and that's the beauty of being an American. But anyway, that is it for this week's edition of What's More Likely. We're just going to keep it rolling with these segments, brothers and sisters. We're going to all in, raise, check, or fold. If you want to cue up those damn dogs, good sir.
Yes, sir. Hold on. Oh, he gave you something else in there, Trevor.
Oh, you'll get it. What do you got? You got something else for me?
No, he threw something in the comments for you.
Oh, Dust. Okay. Yeah, I do too. Welcome to this week's edition of All In, Raise, Check, or Fold, where we take some sports opinions and we kind of put them on a scale similar to on a scale of 1 to 10, but, more in poker terms. And these are a little bit more of just kind of general statements and opinions rather than targeting teams, players, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
Sticking with the WWE, this is the first time that they've had a women's tag division. Like a full-on women's tag division in a while.
Yeah.
Where are you with the state of the women's tag division as it stands today?
I mean, you think back to our childhood, Trevor, we're going to find out in the Vince McMahon documentary how fucked up it was, but I think the women have more respect. So I'm going to go all in because it's very entertaining with all the facets and the drama and all the bullshit going on.
Agreed. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with Bianca and Jade Cargill. Super team. Fantastic. Even, the up and coming teams like Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, pretty good as well. Zelina Vega and Natalia seem to be teaming up.
Yep.
So, you do have a bit of a division now. You do have a bit of apparently Tiffany Stratton and the SmackDown Women's Champion are a quote unquote team, but you actually have more teams that like have been together as teams for a while rather than just two random women that you throw together when they tried to originally revive these women's tag team titles. Now it seems to be a little more proper. And you still got Damage Control together, so you actually still have some like names to some of these teams.
Right.
Yeah. So no, I'm all in on that as well, and on women's wrestling. Period. Like it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal stuff. All in, raise, check, or fold the LA Chargers as Super Bowl contenders.
Check.
Same.
Nothing to do, because I know motherfuckers will watch this, Trevor, and they're, oh, well, it's because you guys are playing them this week. It has nothing to do with that.
No, it's not. No.
In a couple years, possibly. But yeah, not right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. They're on the way up, though. Jim Harbaugh just turning these programs around, whether it's college, high school, professional. And he's doing it his way. He's doing it with physical football, running the football, physical defense. This is how he knows how to win. And I think fold. Okay. Well, probably for this year, maybe. But I'll say check. I'll say check. They're doing pretty good so far. They know their brand of football, and they're going to execute it.
They do.
And it's pretty much the same brand as the Steelers now. So that's like we said before, nice little clash of the.
It's going to be good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very, very good. All in, raise, check, or fold. Actually, we already talked about Tua. Broderick Jones is a bust.
See, I knew you were going to have somewhere. That's why I want to. I want to go raise, but with the performance check, I have to go check, and I don't want to be long-winded here.
Yeah. We weren't simpatico on the what's more likely is we're totally like in sync here. So
yeah, check it, but I don't want to be long-winded. If he's injured, which we've heard, there's issues with the arm, elbow, and with the thumb, then have him fucking sit out.
Yeah,
because he's just not comfortable out there right now. So
no, and his mechanics are just all off. He can't keep his hands inside the pads where they need to be. It's just it's not a good situation.
No,
he's costing us strides. He's costing us points, and soon he could be costing us games. So
he's on ice. That's what he's just fucking scared, dude.
Whatever it is. I mean, you're 6'6", 340. You probably shouldn't be too scared, but probably more like 320. He looks kind of lean, but that is what it is. Going down to the collegiate programs here.
Yep. And
you'll get a bit of a history lesson with this one,
cool.
just to give you some context and give you some information as it pertains to the opinion. Florida State is the most disappointing college football team of this century. Started out obviously ranked 10th, and 3 disappointing losses later. Just like when Clemson went 9-3 when they were ranked number 2 in the preseason polls a couple years ago, which they then downgraded from T-Law to DJU. Funny kind of how that happens, right? Yeah. USC in 2021, they were ranked, 15th in the preseason polls, ended up 4-8. The 2007 Louisville Cardinals. This was after Bobby Petrino left to coach the Falcons. Went 6-6 after being ranked 10th in the preseason polls. Hurricanes, they finished 7-6, winning a lower level bowl game in 2006 when a lot of analysts were picking them to win the national championship. And lest we forget, the century started 4 out of 5 losing seasons for Penn State. There's been some bad seasons for Notre Dame as well, most notably a 4-8 season in, I think it was 2016. 4-8 season in 2016 after a Fiesta Bowl appearance, and 3-9 in 2007 after Brady Quinn left.
Okay.
So there's been some disappointing seasons, but none more than this, especially after all the hype last year.
I'll go all in on that.
Cool. Me too. Yeah. I was between a raise and an all in, but I'm going to go all in.
Because you got to live up to the hype. And if you don't live up to the hype, it's for the people out there. the boosters are going to be jumping ship here if they keep fucking losing, Trevor.
Oh,
I'm just going to say that.
I know.
So
I know.
it's not like the NFL where, hey, you could just, no, we got some people with money tied to this, and you're laying a fucking egg.
It depends on that. It's much more dependent on these voluntary people giving their money to the program and making the program grow.
Yep. So you piss them off. You'll see. You'll see what's going on. Because
talk about another coach that's on the hot seat right there, Mr. Norvell.
Definitely. Yeah.
I mean, I know we talked about it several times already over these last several weeks, but.
And I'm going to rant real quick.
Go ahead.
His press conference when he goes, I want to see any other team not be, what are they, 0-3 now? Is that what they are?
0-3.
Not be 0-3. Motherfucker, that shows me you got no confidence. Who gives a shit who's on the other side? You got to get your boys ready to be on the field and fucking perform.
That's just it.
You're rolling over with that comment, Trevor.
If he wants to make that comment, let's look at your schedule. Let's look at your schedule. You have more ranting to do? Go ahead.
No, I'm good there. That showed me weakness. And you can't have that in the sport of football. I never fucking played it, but I've been around it long enough. You can't be a fucking little bitch. You got to be a man.
You got to be an alpha dog. You got to be an alpha dog. Yeah, if he wants to say who's on the other side, okay, Georgia Tech, bit of a surprise. Sure, they're better than we thought they were. Boston College, same thing. But you just lost to Memphis at home.
I didn't think they were anything to be excited about.
No, me neither. You were favored by a touchdown going into that, even after your 0-2 disappointing start, which you probably should have won those first two games anyway. You were ranked way higher than both of them.
Yep.
You just did not play sound fundamental football, and the other team did, and they kicked your ass every time.
Yep.
Not to mention, Boston College beat your ass at home too. So even with even with that bullshit and the band playing during Memphis's offensive plays, which I don't know if you saw that video, that was hilarious. The PA announcer and the coach, I think, had to get on the loudspeaker and say, "Hey, quit playing." Or maybe that was another game, but regardless, you got the home fans on your side for 2 of these 3 games, and you have a more talented roster than Georgia Tech. You are the problem.
Yep.
Your opponents are never the problem.
No. And I don't know.
You don't hear guys like Mike Tomlin making these excuses. You don't hear guys like even Dabo Sweeney, Nick Saban, Marcus Freeman, James Franklin. You don't hear those guys saying, "Oh, it's about who's on the other side." No, it's not.
You don't roll over.
No, it's not.
Never fucking roll over. And
it is about your process. It is about your team. It is about knowing who you are as a program, sticking to it, and building a winning tradition. And right now, Mr. Norvell not doing that.
No. Did not answer the question that I thought how he should have answered it. So that just. And he also pissed me off week 1 when I thought, oh, this is good. Florida State's going to do it. No, they lay a fucking egg. So fuck them. Pick them league. Never again. I will never pick.
Screwed, huh?
I'm never fucking touching. I'm fucking low. I was top, fucking 4-3 last year, and they fucked me right off the start.
Fair enough. No, I hear that. A lot of people they fucked with. A lot of people picking them to win the ACC, and look how my pick is doing. I'm just saying.
Right. No, it's bullshit.
Catholics versus convicts aside, these guys are doing pretty well.
Yes, they are. No, it's a battle over Florida, and Florida State's not doing it. So
Florida State's getting their asses handed to them. Yeah. Even Florida's doing better than them, and Florida's was horrible too. Both Florida and Florida State's head coaches probably won't be there at the end of the season.
Yep.
But it is what it is. Did you hear about Georgia again?
No.
Georgia football?
No.
Another little incident with the law. Another little incident with vehicular mishappenings. Defensive back Daniel Harris accused of driving 106 miles an hour and hit with 5 misdemeanor charges by Athens police. Another one in a long slew of misdemeanors, felonies, crimes, vehicular crimes.
Correct.
And it's not stopping. Like graduation rate, I don't know if that's going up, but I know vehicular manslaughters and vehicular crimes, we're going up. They're going up quite a bit. And Kirby Smart doesn't seem to be doing a damn thing about it.
No.
At least he's not coming out and saying, hey, this needs to stop. He's not really controlling his team.
No.
And whether it's just the individual personalities that are just shining through, this is worse than just a couple of bad eggs.
Correct.
I mean, we're talking like this is a once a month type of a thing where one of your players runs into issues with the law.
Correct.
A lot of times behind the wheel of a vehicle.
Which is terrifying, yeah.
Oh, yes. And again, the internet, love what they've done with this. I saw a guy, I forget what song was playing, but he was just, hop skipping down the street with, I got sunshine on a cloudy day, something like that.
Right.
And then in the caption it said, because Georgia's on the road this week.
So,
which it's kind of true. Do you want to rant before I give the statement?
I just got to say, why is there not a curfew being put in place?
I don't know.
Why? I mean, you have enough.
It's just not being enforced.
I mean, you have enough money. You could have your assistants go to. I mean, I'm guessing they're all living close to each other, wherever on campus.
Yeah.
Why not just do fucking house checks? Just to see, maybe set a curfew at 11 o'clock.
They did in the old days.
I mean,
or 5 a.m. practices.
Yeah.
Even then, that might not work. But all good. Back to Kirby Smart. His inability to control his program is going to cost Georgia the national championship this year.
I mean, notable, all in.
I'll say Rays.
Okay.
They still have a pretty damn good football team.
Well, let's see some superstar
Heisman.
Fucking,
but
yeah. I mean, I guess it goes to the character of the player, but I mean, I guess through recruiting, you should identify that shit, Trevor. I don't know.
I would think. I don't know.
And it might not be the individual. Maybe it's hey, we want a game.
It could literally be a culture thing. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on down there.
Right.
But no, regardless, they're still leading the SEC, obviously number 2 team in the country. And, kicking ass, absolutely kicking ass. Although they only beat Kentucky 13-12 this past week. They struggled a little bit of a struggle bus. It was on the road against a decent Kentucky team, throttled their 2 opponents before that. But now you got a real test. You got one of the dirtiest programs in college football today against one of the cleanest in Georgia and Alabama. And, well, that's actually not coming up this week. That is the following. Georgia's on a bye this week. My apologies. So get excited for that next week. And before then, if we get another vehicular manslaughter incident, I wouldn't be too surprised. Are you having audio issues over there, Billy? What are you doing? I'm good.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Jesus. Sorry.
All good. What was going on there?
Did you hear that beep?
Slightly, yeah. I heard it for like a split second.
I tried to. There's something with. We're good. Sorry. Just keep going. Okay. I tried to plug it in. I can't plug it in while we're talking.
You're good. Yeah, but no, Georgia, Alabama, not this week, but the following, and I think Alabama. I think they're off as well. Yeah. So both teams have a bye leading into that.
Okay. Yeah. No. It's just concerned. I don't know. It's the fact of it's great. You guys are playing good on the field. I just like a little more. I don't know, structure down there, Trevor.
Yeah, structure, some sort of.
Because
cultural nuance other than vehicular manslaughter.
And I know people have their fucking opinion of them, but whatever. The old guy that used to be at Penn State, I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to get fucking attacked. But if you think back to those time periods when they were winning that East and they were doing really good, Penn State was on the map. Just think someone would do this while on the team. Like, they'd be off the fucking team. It would not matter the stature of their talent.
That's tolerance is another thing too. You're willing to tolerate this stuff at the behest of a lot of, literally people's lives.
Correct.
And at the behest of these guys, their graduation rates and what kind of people that they're becoming when they move beyond football. You're willing to sacrifice all that just to win a shit ton now.
Even a game.
I mean, to me, Ted Lasso said it best. Success isn't necessarily about wins and losses, although that is a big part. Success isn't always about wins and losses. It's about making sure that these guys are the best men that they can be on and off the field.
Right.
Right now, off the field, it's more than a few bad apples. These guys are not being what they can be. And to me, I don't know how it can be anything else other than a cultural thing with how much it's happening.
I mean, 1 game suspension, 2 game suspension, something that he shoots down on him just to say, hey, cut the shit.
And I will say that people talk about, Miami was rough back in the day. Miami wasn't killing people in the street.
Correct.
With their cars, I should say.
Correct. Well,
I mean, they were showing up places in Army fatigues and saying some controversial things and, the whole 7th floor crew thing.
Yeah.
That was a bit of an issue too, but that's kind of the culture of Miami. So you talk Miami, you talk USA in the 80s. There's 2 sides. There's Reagan, and then there's Miami.
Well, look at
Miami
McDaniel.
Vice, and the beaches and the women, and as juxtaposed to Ronald Reagan's feel good traditional white picket fence America.
Right, but look at Mike McDaniel's appearance.
He looks like a kingpin. He looks fantastic.
What, 2-3 years in Miami? Look.
Yep.
That's the best. That's the best way to describe it, Trevor.
Oh yeah, no, he went from "I'll hover home by 10 p.m., sir," to "Do you want a kilo or an 8-ball?"
Oh shit! But I saw him at the press conference. I'm like, what the fuck?
He's so tan too. I mean, he was tan before, but now he's just like he's a nice bronze. It's like a burnt bronze.
With his personality and his new look. It's fucking funny to me. I don't know.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Shit.
It's good stuff. Good stuff. Hopefully that eases the tension with some of the Miami fans down there right now with Tua being out. And if he can coach them to a few wins, act like a kingpin all you want. It's all good.
Yeah. No. But anything else, Trevor?
No, that was I had the Tua thing, but we kind of switched that into an earlier segment. That's all I got for All In Raised Checker Fold this week, folks. So
God, it was good.
Now,
if you're a football fan, really put a microscope on the Georgia program and just see what me and Trevor have been talking about over the last month.
You don't need a microscope.
Just type in Georgia football.
Just type in Georgia football, click news.
Right. Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
Fuck, it's kind of depressing to me, but it is what it is. Hold on. Broderick was there. Pickens was there. Jalen Carter's the one that was caught with the gun, right?
I believe so.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, people have called
and of all the people to fall in the draft, Nolan Smith. You remember when he got drafted by the Eagles?
Yes,
he was like the 30th or 31st pick, or he was late in that first round, and we were both saying while that was happening, why is he falling? Why is he falling? Why is he falling? To my knowledge, and we even looked this up as we were live. I remember he didn't have anything, maybe more than like a traffic violation.
Yeah.
So those are the types that are falling, and then you got guys like Jalen Carter, who what was he, like 6th, 7th, 8th overall?
Yeah, it's bullshit. But yeah, no, we'll switch over here to debate time here. Let me get it queued up.
Hell yeah.
I think I fucked up the music, but that's all right. I'm gonna make a new tune for a scale of 1 to 10, 1, 2. So, but
Yep. We'll work on that for next week.
Yeah. No, but debate time here. A lot of I don't know if Dustin, they might have switched over to 2K, but
yeah, that's fine. I get it.
Yeah, debate time here. A lot of interesting questions. We got some football. We got wrestling, food one in there. I think Trevor has a food one as well. Or did I? No, I fucked that up.
Yeah, well, we can still talk about it though.
Okay,
well, I'll
right.
ask it. We can talk about it.
Okay, all right. And then an NBA one. But first question here, Trevor: Will Caleb Williams or Bryce Young become the next Jamarcus Russell?
Oh boy!
I asked what about.
I tell you, that's looking like Bryce Young right now. He just got benched.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll be that bad because they were put at least Bryce was put in a pretty bad situation in Carolina. I mean, we know what that owner's like. We know that owner doesn't really give a shit. So no, I wouldn't peg him as a Jamarcus Russell, but if you're saying who's more likely to be a bust,
yeah.
To kind of draw on my earlier segment, probably Bryce.
Okay. No, I agree with you. Because I think we have people are getting a little too excited over 2 games with Caleb, but Bryce, fucking the Red Rocket.
Agreed. Yeah,
the Red Rocket, Trevor, is starting in fucking Carolina.
Yeah.
Yep. Want to put that out there for everybody.
Yeah,
that's not good. But
hell of a nickname. Hell of a nickname, by the way.
Yeah. Next one here, we've talked about it. We've touched the surface, maybe went into it a little bit, but Triple H, WWE now, Trevor, with storylines, controversy, whatever you might have,
Sure.
or Vince McMahon's.
Oh God,
because there's a lot of memorable moments from back then, even though he's a piece of shit.
Vince was responsible for the growth of the wrestling business as it is today. Obviously introduced WrestleMania, took a big gamble doing that, took a big gamble just gobbling up territory after territory, really deviating from what that was back in the day. Like literally everybody just kind of left their territories alone. Like there was no Monday Night Wars. There was nothing like that. Like you traveled from territory to territory, you worked for different bookers, but you didn't gobble them up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He did that, made wrestling a global phenomenon. But then, of course, there's all the baggage that comes with Vince McMahon literally living out his fantasies on live TV, as we come to know. So you got to take the good with the bad, the happy with the sad, and the ugly with the really ugly. You definitely have to do that with Vince McMahon. With Triple H, we're still kind of in the honeymoon phase of it. We're still kind of getting used to him being in charge. I know he's been in charge for some time now in some capacity, but he's been pretty much the head honcho, the sole head honcho since WrestleMania 40, since like right before WrestleMania 40. Yep. So when you really, really think about it, we're about a year into him being fully in charge, right? Mm-hmm. And it's been a hell of a year. Yeah, WWE white hot, the whole TKO thing, The Rock coming back. Just constant celebrities wanting to be a part of this thing. When celebrities are calling you saying, I want to be a part of this, that's cool. That's cool. You know, wrestling's cool. Wrestling's definitely cool again. Damn, like, ow. Like, if you were to spread out 40 years of this Triple H,
let's say at the end of it, for both of them.
Of course, yeah, you have to look back then. But knowing what we know and knowing what we know about Vince and his misdoings, of course, even the steroid trial back in the day, if you remember that.
Yes.
A lot of controversy with that. And I understand Triple H, bit more of a product of the times and where you're actually like taking care of wrestlers and taking advantage of their athletic ability and their style rather than just making them 6'6", 300 pounds and throwing them out there. Yeah, I'll take Triple H as WWE. If you were to extrapolate this over that same time period, and then put them side by side, you'd probably say. But then there's always the people that say, "Oh, Pete stood on the shoulders of McMahon," which also makes sense. But in terms of who's treating the wrestling business better, me, it's Paul
Levesque. I use one because it's a debate time. We haven't really debated, but I'll throw something out here because
sure,
you being a wrestling enthusiast, because I left it. I just want to hear your opinion.
You left it at the right time. I'll just say that.
Yeah, and I believe it was Owen Hart, correct? That fell from the rafters.
Yep.
I think back to how Vince McMahon handled it. Okay. Triple H not around then. Well, I think we were in the early stage of him with the long hair and the jeans and shit. But anyways, I just see how Triple H, he wouldn't have went on with the show. He would have just had the show stopped.
He would have. Oh, here's a good one for you. If Triple H is in charge, and he is the age that he is today in September, October, November 1997, does the screw job happen?
I think he brings it down softer. It was too heavy.
To me, if he's the authority figure, I know he is now. He's not putting up. I don't care how good you are in the ring. He's not putting up with what Shawn Michaels was back in the day.
Right. Trevor, just for everybody here and for myself, did Owen Hart thing happen? Yeah, it happened before the screw job, right?
No, it was plenty after. Oh, okay. Screw job was Survivor Series 97. I think like early November 97, and then the Over the Limit pay-per-view was middle of 1999.
Okay, because I was going to say if Owen died prior to that, and then they
it was in order. Okay. Screw job. Brett goes to WCW, and then Owen never left the WWF, to my knowledge.
Okay. Could you imagine though that it went down like that prior or after? Jesus Christ!
I don't even know if Vince McMahon would have gone that far.
Yeah. But documentary coming out the 25th. I'm very excited for it. But
a week from tomorrow. Damn.
Yeah. Got it on. Awesome. I already got it saved on fucking Netflix. I'm ready. Baby.
Yep. I got that saved, and I tell you another one that I got saved. I forget what it's called, but it's about those two brothers that murdered their parents.
Oh, I
can't remember what it's called. Chad, help me if you can look it up, figure it out.
Not the Ramirez. Mendez brothers. Maybe.
Mendez, I believe it's the Mendez brothers. Yeah,
because there's a fun fact with that, and I don't know if they'll talk about it. Mark Jackson. There's a Mark Jackson card out there, Trevor. Very sought after. So they're pictured in the back where he's dribbling the basketball on the basketball sports card at the Knicks game.
Sorry, Menendez brothers. And it's called Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story. The Lyle and Eric Menendez story. Menendez. I have that saved too because I'm into that sick shit.
Well, I love true crime and all that shit. But there's a sports card out there. Mark Jackson dribbling the basketball. The Knicks game they went to, they're pictured behind him on the card. Like it's a very sought after card now. It's very chilling.
Oh damn!
I'll have to set it to. It's very. Doug and me have been looking.
Is that like actively for sale or is it kind of floating around?
It was heavily published. Because they didn't realize it, and then shit!
It's these two. Yeah,
they're sitting in the background of him. Yeah.
I wonder if it's before or after the.
They killed their parents and then used the money to go to the next game.
Oh.
Yeah. How chilling is that shit, dude? Yeah.
I gotta fucking watch that.
Yeah, it's fucking good.
When does that come out?
I don't know. I didn't know that they were doing that. That you got me hyped.
Oh no, yeah, they're doing that. I'll tell you what, I just looked at a USA Today article. It doesn't even say it. What the hell? Thursday. This Thursday.
This one coming here.
This Thursday. 2 days from now. 2 days. 2 days from now, it's out. Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story will premiere on Thursday, September 19th.
You got that in Thursday Night Football then. All right. Mark it on your calendars, folks. Jesus. Okay. I'll be watching that. But anyways,
probably midnight tomorrow. You could actually just, if you wanted to stay up until about 2.
I might stay in the, but I don't want to ruin it though. We'll talk.
Yeah. For sure.
Food one here. I was waiting for this. It could be controversial. Pineapple on pizza.
Only if it's Hawaiian.
You're good with it.
Only if it's Hawaiian pizza.
Okay.
Anything if you're doing like pineapple and pepperoni, no.
Yeah. Okay.
Or just like a regular pineapple cheese pizza, no.
Okay.
Nope. Has to be Hawaiian. Has to have the bacon, the lighter cheese, the ham.
Okay.
It's got to be Hawaiian.
Okay,
and even then, I've only ever had like 3 Hawaiian pizzas in my life.
Yeah, I've never been around one, so I feel like it would be.
No, I'm very traditional. Either meat lovers or just plain pepperoni.
Yep. Anchovies and pineapple. I've never.
No. When I worked at Fox's, we always had a guy that ordered just anchovies on his pizza. I'm like, and then I had to smell that thing in my car for like the next week when I had to deliver to the guy. And he ordered like 3 times a week too.
Had a hell of a gullet. God damn it.
He was a weird dude.
Okay.
But anyway.
Yeah. And then the last one here. And I'm talking all around. I'm not just saying the play on the court. I'm saying how much they meant to this sport, to the NBA.
Yeah.
When they played, also how they affect the community. Greatest center in NBA history, Trevor.
Oh, greatest center?
Yes.
You're probably gonna say Kareem, right?
I was gonna go Kareem or shit there, but yeah.
Yeah. I once saw a take. I think it was Mad Dog, Chris Mad Dog Russo.
Love him.
Put Shaq at like 5th.
I remember. I got very pissed off. Yes.
I'm like, dude, no. He put Wilt and he put Tim Duncan in front, which Tim Duncan's power forward. He's not a center.
Correct.
Not a true center.
No.
But no, no. Kareem, Shaq, probably 1-2 there. You can't deny Wilt the history that he made, as well as Hakeem the Dream, Olajuwon. And honestly, what Bill Walton could have been, if not for the injuries. One of the greatest college centers of all time, if not for the injury. It was about to be one of the greatest NBA centers of all time. Just so many injuries.
Correct. Bill Russell.
Bill Russell has more rings than fingers. Yes. So that should be enough.
Yeah.
Overall, though, Kareem, he literally, the scoring record just got broken not too long ago, and he didn't have the 3-point line. So
look at the comments.
You're fine. Just continue, please.
We're good there. No, but I have to agree. Shaq and Kareem, they didn't get 3-second in the paint calls in a matter of 45 games like our buddy does in there. But anyways,
correct.
Anything else for the Bucks?
Oh yeah. Mine that I kind of asked you earlier. I actually, for the first time in a while tonight, I had a nice little dinner. I had the French fries with I put the ketchup on top, and I actually put this like garlic Parmesan parsley mix on top of that. Very solid. And I also had the chicken thighs with the barbecue sauce, and I had a little white wine with it. First time I've had a little white wine in a long time. And you're obviously more of a Jack and Coke and a beer guy, much like myself. I'll dabble in wine, as will you. Yeah. What do you prefer? Red or white wine?
Oh, red or white.
Yeah, like red, because you can do fruity with the white as well, if you really wanted to. But
favorite wine, and fuck it, I'll give them a shout out. The best wine I've had, and I'm not a connoisseur, so don't fucking jump down my throat.
Sure. Yeah. I don't claim to be either. You're good.
No. Wilcox Winery. Give it a little local shout out here.
Yes.
Their blackberry is fucking awesome.
Nice.
Very good.
Very good.
I will do that. We did go Shit. We did go wine tasting, and I didn't realize there's a whole
There's a method. There's a method. You gotta
fucking
figure
over
out.
here.
Yeah, no, you gotta figure out if it has legs. See what the legs are. You gotta smell it a little bit. You gotta do the connoisseur thing. You know what I'm saying?
I'm over there taking it like fucking shots. Just. I'm just fucking, I'm just like,
Are people staring at you?
Well, I did the swish,
like,
you do a little
oh,
swish
yeah,
there.
yeah, oh, yeah. You do that with the first sip, and then you just kind of, you let it sit for a minute.
Yeah, and then I did it in between the teeth, and it was a good time. I'm just, I didn't get the whole fucking wine thing, but it was good. It was a good time.
Fair enough.
It gives me a headache like a son of a bitch. That's why I don't drink it.
Too much does. Too much. I had we actually went into the office on Monday, and I had a coworker. She was wine hungover on Sunday, and she said it was one of the worst experience of her life. Which, I agree. It's the most fun while you're in it, but it's the most agonizingly painful afterward, just because all the sugar, and it's literally just sitting in your stomach. It's not good.
Yeah,
it's not good.
But
it's like Jaeger. It's that syrupy alcohol, that liquor. Yeah. It's so serious. It just sits in there, and it sits in your esophagus and in your gullet and in your stomach. It just doesn't cycle out of there.
See, we'd have formals for the fucking team at school there, and they get the wine bag or wine boxes. And, I'm realizing, I'm trying to get fucked up. I'm trying to have a good time. The red, I like the fireball. We're doing this, we're doing that. I see a wine bag, and they're like, "Oh, slap the bag." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'll slap the bag." And then all of a sudden, they're like, "Well, the guy's holding the fucking little whatever the hell
the dispenser, thing. Yeah."
And I'm sitting under there, and I'm like, "Okay, this isn't so bad." Dude, I woke up the next day, Trevor. I wanted to fucking die. Like that.
Yeah.
That fucked me up.
It's horrible. It's horrible. Done it maybe a handful of times in my life. Every time I was just gone. Like the next day, I was not functional. I was not useful. I barely got up to take a piss and shit. That's about all I did for the day after I got wine drunk.
Like I think your liver is literally trying to crawl out of your body.
Yep.
That's what the.
Yep. Yeah,
but
I only had the one glass tonight. That's all I will have, and I had it with food that was going down at the same time. And then, well, of course, I got this, but this is probably it for me tonight as well. So
the one thing, the food messed up, but it is a son of a bitch, Captain Nintendo. It is.
Oh yeah, not fun. It's fun for those like 3 to 4 hours.
Right.
But then you're basically mortgaging the next 24 to 48.
The food pairings, though, you see with wine, I just find that interesting. And even with beer, I think it's pretty cool how.
Oh yeah, when I was at the liquor store today, I was kind of looking, see what I wanted. I wasn't sure if I wanted red, white, sweet, not sweet, whatever. And I was looking at the bottles, and they had food pairings like listed on the back of it.
Oh no shit.
Oh yeah. Like I was looking in the French section, which French and Italian wines. Those are the two. Those are the two. Go twos right there. Go twos. Yep. I was looking in the French one this time. They had a red wine, and I forget exactly what it was, but it had like red meat, dark meat, and like fish, like salmon on the back of it. So.
And some people cook with it too. You sprinkle some.
Oh yeah,
getting a little fucking spicy and a little Gordon Ramsay.
I prefer to cook with rum, but that works too.
Yeah, a little Bobby Flay action. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just don't set your house on fire.
How's your mother? Shit. Anyway.
Manja.
But anyways,
yeah,
right. Yeah, little gabagool action. Never hurt anybody.
I will have the gabagool. If the gaba is not ghoul, I send it back.
Yeah. No. But anything else for the folks out there, Trevor? Jesus.
Go Lurs, go Irish, go State.
Yeah, hell yeah. Now, this was another episode of Buckle Up with the Boys here. We appreciate everybody stopping in tonight. As always, tell a friend, tell your weird neighbor, tell your grandma, tell whoever the hell loves sports. we love talking with you in the comments. Even if you're a new person, or if there's a person out there that doesn't really know the sport and they're getting into it, Trevor's probably one of the most knowledgeable guys that could. He's teaching me shit when we talk, so that I never knew, and I've been watching football for all my life. So no, I'm not kissing your ass there. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Hey, credit to Dean. Credit to my father, who literally sat me down when I was 6 years old, and he's like, "This is your life now," and I'm like, "Okay, this is my life now." And that's when I started learning.
Yeah, no, but it's a good time, and coming together and talking sports is never a bad thing. We do talk shit on some of your players and teams, but it is what it is. But
it's the spirit of it.
Correct. But as always, have a good day. Have a good night. Stay safe out there. God bless. This was another episode of Buckle Up with the Boys with your host here, DB, host Trevor Dinsmore, and we will see you next Tuesday. Go Steelers. If you are a Chargers fan, bolts down. We don't want bolts up. They're done. We're going to kick their ass. So God bless out there.
Amen. And by kick your ass, we mean 13-6.
Yes.